Hey everyone, and welcome to day 4 of my MTG Arena free-to-play challenge. Today, I need to play some green and white spells in order to unlock the next deck in the beginner series. So I am playing a slightly more powerful version of the green-white deck that they give you at the beginning. I've made a couple of minor changes, so let's go through them very quickly. No one drops apart from 2 copies of Luxurious Libation. We're using that as a combat trick to get some citizens out. We have 2 copies of Citizen's Crowbar to sort of get rid of any artifacts or enchantments, and there's going to be a lot of them in standard for the foreseeable future. 3 copies of Hold for Ransom. 2 copies of Gala Greeters. There's 1 in the original deck, but I have a second, so I stuck the second copy in. 3 Venom Connoisseurs to give everything Death Touch and really make our opponents worry. 4 Civil Servant, because I think that this is just a really good card. It's a 2-mana 2/3, and more often than not, it can be a 3. It can be a 2-mana 3/3 with lifelink. If you play a citizen out that turn, it's really good. 4 copies of Join the Dance, because human tokens are always good. 4 copies of Gathering Throng, because digging out other Gathering Throngs is always good. We'll occasionally get to attack with them, but that's not really why they're there. They're there because they're humans, they're citizens, and on top of that, it's effectively a 3-mana 3/1 draw 3 the first time you play one. It's strong. It reminds me of Squadron Hawk all the way back in the Coreblade days. 2 copies of Halo Fountain. I'm pretty sure that's not correct, but I'm playing 2 copies of Halo Fountain for the pure fact that maybe, just maybe, I will get to untap 15 tap creatures and win the game. It's probably not going to happen, but the first 2 abilities, creating more citizens and drawing cards, just seems strong. Just seems really strong. 1 Wedding Announcement, because that's all we've got. 1 Adeline Resplendent Cathar to make more humans. Again, I'd play more copies of these cards if I could. Speaking of cards that I play more copies of, King Darian gives all our creatures +1/+1, not just humans. All our creatures +1/+1. And on top of that, we can make them indestructible in case we get swept, which can happen quite a lot. 1 Torrens Fist of the Angels. I'm not sure how good this is, but it creates more human soldiers, which is good for me. Darling of the Masses, giving other citizens +1/+0 and making more citizens is always good. It's a shame that things tend to be either human or citizen. It's not both, but just creating a lot of creatures and being able to power them up is not a bad thing. And then Take to the Streets, aiming to sort of overwhelm our opponents as a finisher. It's a shame it doesn't give the creatures trample, but Vigilance is still really good and can really swing the game. In terms of any additional lands, I did draw a Boseiju who endures as one of my ICRs back at the very start of the challenge, so I've stuck one of those in, and an extra Overgrown Farmland as well. That's the deck. Let's see how it does. Okay, we are on the play. We have quite a good hand here. We've got Selesnya mana to play Civil Servant on turn 2 into Gathering Throng on turn 3. I like this. Because Gathering Throng is a citizen, so why wouldn't we do that? Let's see what our opponent's playing. Looks like Golgari. We have 2 options here. We can play the Civil Servant or the Join the Dance, but I'm going to play the Civil Servant. Just makes it a lot easier to do things. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything like Go for the Throat. Although, don't be surprised if they do. Teething Wormlet. Okay, no problem. We will play the Overgrown Farmland. We will play out the Gathering Throng pre-combat. Take action. Thank you. Going to attack here. Going to tap our Gathering Throng because there's no really much point blocking with it because it's only got 1 toughness. It's not the best. It's not the best defender. Let's say that. What are you going to do, opponent? 2, 4. Interesting. We don't have a way of giving things reach. We do have a Beseiju that can get rid of that enchantment. That we do have. So I think what we can do here is play out the land. I don't really want... The problem is if we Beseiju the Careful Cultivation, what can happen? I'm gonna just attack with this. What can happen is we can give our... because we have to give our opponent an extra land. And then that can really accelerate them, and I'm not particularly keen on doing that. We will end the turn. Tear asunder. Okay, no problem. Gonna make myself a citizen. Hey, if they're using tear asunder on that, I'm good. But they do have access to 6 mana at this point, which is slightly problematic. They could start playing some real chonkers. Still didn't attack. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to go for this. We're going to decline that. Go to combat. They could block here, but I think they sense that I have some nifty combat tricks. So I'm just going to play out the join the dance. Unhallowed Phalanx, 113. Okay. Okie dokie. Ah, there's our Citizen's Crowbar. We will play out the Beseiji who endures. Go to attacks. Teething Wormlet will just be a 2-2, so... we'll decline this because we need to tap this if we want to do anything. Oh, it's got Summoning Sickness. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Unfortunate. I should have moved the Citizen's Crowbar across. That was dumb. Opponent's only on 9 though. Ancient Number Knot. Doing Ancient Number Knot things. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power signs combat damage. Oh, so it's just in combat damage. Ah. It's not looking good. Well, let's play a Take to the Streets here, see what happens. They do need to do some blocking. Opponent down to 4. And we do have another Take to the Streets as well. So, and the opponent's only got 1 card in hand. Hopefully we don't get punished. Oh, another Careful Cultivation. I mean, yeah. Nice 16-16 though. doesn't really mean anything. That felt slightly clunky, but a win's a win. On to the next one. Alright, the good thing about not having a turn 1 play is that you can play something like Blossoming Sands on turn 1 and not get punished. Our opponent is going first. Once again, we do have a nice little turn 2 Civil Servant into turn 3 Gathering Throng. Looks like our opponent is on Grixis, although I haven't seen much Grixis. I've seen a lot of 5-color Domain though. This might be Grixis Vampires though. Okay. Could really do with getting a land. That'd be nice. Because the things that come out of Join the Dance are not citizens. No blocks. Down to 18. Wow, Maestro's Charm. Interesting. Not a land. Womp womp. Three opportunities to draw a land and we didn't get there. Oh boy.
Flames roar. With a little focus, they can go on. Impress me.
Okay, so we do get a land in the end. Yeah. Not looking good. Hopefully now we can get some throngs. I'm only going to get 2. And we're not going to attack. I'm going to pass the turn. Yeah, Jaya can be incredibly problematic if we're not careful. And Sahili. Don't think we're playing against a budget deck, guys.
This is a paradise of inspiration. I will not.
The experience will do you good.
Yeah, okay.
What? Like making masterpieces is hard?
Okay. Opponent passes the turn. The problem is, of course, that I now have a land. But the only citizen I've got is the Gathering Throng. These aren't citizens. Nonetheless, I still think playing Darling of the Masses is correct. Alternatively, we can play Join the Dance to get some more humans and play the Hold for Ransom on something like a Blood Tithe Harvester, and then next turn play the Take to the Streets. Yeah, I think that's the play that's going to win us the game. So that's what we have to play around. A sweeper here would be devastating, and we will ultimately scoop them up if that's what happens. Nothing. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, we go first. We've got turn 2 Civil Servant into turn 3 Gathering Throng, and we have the land to do it. Excellent. Up against someone simply known as Ben. Alright, Blossoming Sands seems like the best play here. So that turn 2 we can do this into this. Is the opponent mono black? Would not be surprised. Yes. Yes, they are. Okay. Okie Madokali. This is gonna hurt. So we have a couple of options here. We can go for the Citizen's Crowbar to threaten to get rid of the Akiba Reckoner raid. We can play the Gathering Throng to draw 3 cards. We can play Join the Dance, but that's not really sensible. Interesting. I think with the Gala Greeters now being drawn, we might be doing something else. Botanical Plaza into the Citizen's Crowbar, so that next turn we can play Gala Greeters and Join the Dance. That, and then on turn 5 we can play Gathering Throng. But so far, opponent's doing some very removal heavy things. And Evolve Sleeper. Well, good news is opponent now only has 3 cards left in hand. Okay. We are going to put +1/+1 counter on, and we don't... Do we need to create a tap treasure token? No, we don't. We're going to gain 2 life. One of the weaknesses of this deck is that there's no hard removal. That was a conscious choice, the idea being that we just want to flood our opponent, make our creatures bigger than theirs, but when opponent's playing cards like Shakedown Heavy, that's the thing. Okay, we're not going to block here. So we're going to probably play this Hold for Ransom. Get punished. Maybe we should have gone for the tap treasure token, because there was no guarantee. I mean, next turn we could just tap that down, right? Oh, hang on. Gathering Throng, I can create a tap treasure token, which is what I'm going to do. Cool. No attacks. Just gonna pass the turn. And we're going to have 1 turn of them using Shakedown. Getting a card off Shakedown Heavy. Oh, they don't reveal it. Oh, it's draw a card and lose 1 life. Okay. Had it in my head that there was a Phyrexian Arena and they had to reveal it. No, not Phyrexian Arena. Dark Confidant. Yeah. At this point, no problem doing this. We'll take 2. I don't want them getting any more card advantage off the Evolved Sleeper. Okay. Gathering Throng. We will put a +1/+1 counter on. Don't just do anything. Gonna play Hold for Ransom. Cool. We might now begin to pull away from our opponent. Depends. Next turn, we have access to 6 mana so that we can play Gathering Throng and Wedding Announcement. Trying to think of things that can ruin us. Invoke Despair would be kind of sad. Shieldred would be very sad. Looks like our opponent doesn't have it, though. Yeah, Shieldred or Invoke Despair. Liliana is Liliana. What's she going to do? -2, and then I just get rid of a human token. Hero's Downfall. Yeah, that had to happen eventually, didn't it? Laughter Specialist. And another Akiba raid. Okay. Creature an opponent controls dies. Okay. Yeah, we'll take 2. That's not a problem. We'll play another Gathering Throng. Decline. And another one. Decline. Sack for 3. Opponent's only got 1 card in hand at this point. They must be thinking whether they should block here. Yes, unfortunately, opponent, your creature dies before you can do anything. Clawing Torment. That's A-okay. Just gonna block here. Kill them both. We have a Join the Dance anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am 1 mana short of Join the Dance plus Adeline. So instead what I'm going to do is play this wedding announcement. Play this Adeline. Attack for 3. Opponent down to 11. Because I technically only attacked with 1 creature that turn. Oh, great. Go on then. What are you going to do? I will sacrifice this 1/1. No problem. Should I just go Gala Greeters? Yeah, I think that's right. Oh, now happily just play Join the Dance. Opponent only has 1 card in hand. We will put 1/1/1 counter on, and don't really need any more tap treasure tokens at this point, so I think gaining 2 life is correct. Yeah, any opportunity I can get to get 1 damage through, I will do so. If they want to double block the other line, even better. Feeling very good about the current state of the game. And we will indeed draw a card. Shadow of Mortality. Wow. Interesting. I will destroy a land. That's not a problem. Yes, I'm just going to play another Join the Dance then. Going to attack with all these. Opponent has to block Adeline. And I could also play this Citizen's Crowbar. Opponent down to 3. What could they possibly have? I'm going to also attach this onto someone. I'm trying to think, there's that card that gives creatures -1/-1, or -2/-2 as well. I think we have outlasted them, which, I'm not going to lie, feels really damn good. But I think like that just shows the power of Wedding Announcement and Adeline as well, and why you should maybe find some more copies of that card if you're starting out. Especially if you want to play something like Mono White. 2 incredibly powerful Magic the Gathering cards right now, it has to be said. And despite the fact that we don't have any hard removal, really, like, we did manage to kill our opponent's creatures the old-fashioned way by just making our creatures bigger than theirs. And opponent is now roping. Shame on you, opponent. So yeah, what's next? So I've got this green-white deck. I'm thoroughly enjoying playing it. Tomorrow I'll be improving the beginner version of the ninja deck that you get for, you know, casting enough green and white spells. But if you remember in the last episode, I went 7-0 in the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft that I did. So I piloted blue-black ninjas. So I got a few really cool ninjas that I can add to the deck. Satoru Umezawa in particular, I think would be really cool. There's Akiba Wreck in the raid as well. Got some more things that enable ninjutsu. So yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see what changes we can make there. That's my plan, and then after that, I should have enough for another quick draft. But I think I'm gonna save my. I think I'm gonna save my gold for Brothers War quick draft that starts on the 25th. Today's the 22nd. Yeah, no worries, opponent. But yeah, that should be pretty cool. So yeah, that's the deck. Amazingly, it's performing quite well. Any changes I would make, honestly, I would play as many Wedding Announcements and Adelines as I could. King Darian as well. I think if I could play 4 of each of those cards, even though Adeline and King Darian are both legendary, I think that'd be great. Garligreets is obviously great. Venom Connoisseur does so much work in terms of pushing damage through. And I thought 2 Halo Fountain was a bit overkill, but actually the combination of Halo Fountain and Venom Connoisseur in terms of those grindy matchups was really good, really important. Let me know what other changes you'd make to the deck. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye.